Hello everyone, welcome to this week's video. This week I'm going to be showing you part 2 of 3 of Calista's hair transformation. So part 1 was us showing you the consultation. She's someone with super thick, long hair and she wanted to cut it all off, get sun-kissed, low maintenance highlights, and she wanted to debulk that beautiful mane of hair she had. So this week, I'm gonna go into the details of how I structured her color and why I did it the way that I did. If you have any questions at the end of it, obviously leave a comment down below. I will get back to you. Hit the subscribe button and the little bell so that you're notified whenever our videos go live. We post new videos every week and the aim is always to teach you something, whether that be about yourself, your business, or your craft. The goal is always to make you into a better hairstylist and get you a step closer to whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. Color.
I have more photos.
Excellent. I always love photos. I'll just show you some of these. They're all relatively similar to what she has, keeping a natural root, which is also really great for letting it grow out.
I think I like this one the best.
Okay, so let's show. This is actually quite similar to what she has now. So we'll just be bringing up her blonde. Yeah, okay. You also want to stay tuned for next week's video. Next week I'm going to be giving you all the tips and tricks that I use to teach her how to cut and style thick, short hair. Look at how big her pile of hair is. It actually fills the tile. I just wanted to remove the bulk of her hair so that we know where to put the color. There you go, you can see me. The color placement for when you do her blonde. So we're going to go ahead and do that first. So here we have it all sectioned out. I just have the two sides sectioned out and then the back half together. Because it is so short underneath here, we are not gonna highlight that because then it will look like leopard spots. You'll just see the ends. So we're gonna just keep her highlights in through here so that it can just, and then under here will just be natural. So we're gonna start with the right side here. And because we wanna keep it a shadowed root and she already has some blonde, I don't wanna put in slices because the slices will overtake her color and then it will be super blonde and then a lot of maintenance. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take horizontal sections like so. So when you're analyzing her hair type, she's definitely one of the thicker heads of hairs that I've had. Well, I've had lots of thick hair, but I just mean like she's definitely on the thick side. But if you look at her actual texture, it's super fine. Like look at that. You can't even see it in the camera. It's so like invisible. It's so skinny, her hair. So this is going to change the way that you're going to foil. So when they have a lot of hair, but really skinny hair, and they want it to look natural, I always like to do a finer weave so that it's not like big chunky highlights, but you have to put more of them in because if you don't put enough in, then it's just gonna look all natural. You need to have enough foils in there to match the density. So we're gonna start with a section like this. Do you like to see blonde right in front of your face, or do you want to keep it now? Okay, so blonde. So we're gonna
blonde around the face.
Okay, so then we're gonna go right into her hairline like so, and then just do a foil like this, a finer weave like that. Now in my bowl, I have mixed 10.21 from Davines with 30 vol. She wants it to look a little bit more natural. Her natural color is a 7, level 7. And so the reason why I chose an ash 10 is it's going to neutralize any of the excessive warmth that comes through her hair when we lift it, but it will leave a natural finish. So because her hair is natural, we don't even have to lighten it and we don't have to tone it. Now I don't want to lighten it because she wants it to look natural. The thing with lightening it, a level 7, if I put on lightener, it's going to look so white so quickly that it won't be natural. Yes, I can tone it back, but we also have to remember that she's not getting her hair done all the time. So she's not going to be in refreshing that toner, and it's summer. If she's sitting in the sun at all, that toner will fade right out and she'll look bleach blonde. So that's why we're going to take the approach of just using a color. And then I just feathered it on so I don't take it right to the root because I want to keep a shadowed root. And that's it. Now, next section, I'm going to leave probably about a centimeter of her natural. And the reason why a centimeter, that just matches her density. You can see here that it keeps enough of a veil of dark in between what will be blonde. And when you're doing it, there's no rhyme or reason as to what's right or what's wrong. You just kind of have to eyeball it to see what density will be left out to know how much natural will be left. But I'm just going to do this kind of foiling pattern where I'm weaving it. And I'm going to do it all the way up both sides of her head. Like so. So once I finish both sides, I'm going to come around and do the back, and I'll show you the back. Continue up the head. Also, head on over to nvennhairbeauty.com to check out all of our products. You're going to love them all. They have the strength to style thick hair, and they are invisible enough that they can style fine hair. We also give away free products every month at www.nvennhairbeauty.com/giveaway. We draw for the winner on the 1st of every month, so if by chance you don't win, make sure to enter again. Pay attention to what your weaves look like when you get close to the part so that you can mirror the sides for symmetry. Okay, so now on the top, because the hair is so thick, I did a little bit of more of like a fine medium. It's a little bit on the medium side. But on her front here, I want the blonde to be more subtle. And I did that down here, obviously, because it was so thick. If I do it too thin, you're not going to be able to see it. And up here, I don't want it to look like highlights. I want it to look like more sun-kissed blonde. Super natural. So I'm going to do a finer weave here. So now with hair, it's always being really strategic about how you're doing it. You're going to have to custom the way that you're choosing to foil your client's hair depending on their hair type. So here I just took like a little section, angle it just to cover some more surface hair and have it fall over. And I just take a rectangle-ish section. And then what I'm going to do is diagonal sections. And I want to do a part, slices. Because she has so much hair and there's not going to be a ton of foils in the back, I want that density of blonde to be there. So I'm going to take a slice. I always put some lightener on the foil, or color on the foil that'll help it to stick. Put it on. And then just feather it on. Here's our foils all done. So with any color, the processing time, it's a 30 vol, so this one is going to be processing for 40 minutes. I'm just going to rinse it once the timer is done because there'll be nothing to see. With colors, you just let it process its first full time. Then I'll come back and we will show you what it looks like when it's damp and how we're going to teach her how to style her hair with very little effort to get that kind of body that she wants. Also, be sure to head on over to $eyelashclub.com to snag yourself a pair of vegan, cruelty-free lashes, and you can get them for as low as $1. I'm sorry to break it to you, but there are no little mink salons giving little minks haircuts for your eyelashes. Always shop cruelty-free. Okay, here's her hair all done. You can see these beautiful sun-kissed highlights coming through. You can literally part it anywhere and it will just sit nicely. So that's the perk of a really good wrap dry. She wants it just off of center but towards the right. About there, Krish? Mm-hmm. Perfect. Here's her finished look, all done. Lots of nice soft color. And you can see the look all the way around. So how does it look? How does it feel?
Really good. It's so light.
Yes. That's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't seen part 1 yet, I'm going to link it over here. I'm also going to link it down below in the description because you'll want to see all the questions that I asked Calista to prevent her from having any sort of cutter's remorse. You also want to stay tuned for next week's video. I'm going to go into the details of how I structured her cut and all the tips and tricks that I use to teach her how to style thick, short hair. If you have any questions, reach out to us down below. Otherwise, I will see you next week. Bye.